what would you do? Zombies take over your town. A total zombie apocalypse ensues. What would you do? Let's go right back to Seba. Seba, what would you do? Zombie apocalypse.
Honestly, maybe try. No one ever goes to becoming a zombie. What if you become a zombie? Rule the zombies.
Oh, I like the way you think. I'm telling you, he's really thinking outside the box and looking around. So you're saying, become a zombie to then lead them.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they're not organized. I mean, zombie apocalypses don't always end up as for the best for the zombies, you know?
That's true.
So, I mean, they need some leadership.
That's true. See, I never thought of that, really. The side of the zombie, empathizing with the zombie, you know, and like, hey, maybe they're just trying to eat brains to help feed their kids.
Exactly.
You know? JP, if a zombie apocalypse ensued, what are you gonna do?
If a zombie apocalypse happened, robbing the rich folk. I ain't staying in the projects. I'm gonna get what I can get. They got all kind of shit. They got vegan food. They got fruit snacks. Zombie way, and I'm on top of the mansion. Looking at them. Beep, beep.
Wait. Did you? Oh, I get. So you haven't become a zombie. I'm still thinking Seba. So you haven't become a zombie. You're still human.
Yeah, I'm just running the rich folk house. You feel me? Take what they got, take my up to the roof, and just have fun with them.
So let me ask this, Seba, first. Seba, how do you think zombies communicate?
Honestly, I don't know. It's the same thing like what does a baby think about, you know? Like they don't know how to speak yet, but I feel there's something to it. They're grown and they're saying something. It's like a dog barking.
Exactly, because that's got to translate to something. It can't just be, they always want to make it brains. But I think they might be calling for social justice.
Yeah, no one's ever asking them how they're doing, you know?
Yeah, and that's why maybe they're so upset. You know, it's like, you don't care about my feelings, you know? Zombies matter in 2020, okay? And clap it up for the zombies. Cultural analysis. This is where we dig deep. We analyze the culture in its raw form. We look at posts. We look at tweets. We look at random things that people post online. Because I'm going to tell you this. When people post, they mean what they post. Believe it or not. Let's go right into the first tweet. What kind of psychopath mixes the fruity candy in with the chocolate candy? Just cancel Halloween. I need a nap. Pretty interesting tweet. Now, Josh, I want to get your thoughts. If you were scrolling on the social media platform entitled Twitter, what would be your reaction?
Oh, that's hard. I mean, I agree with it, but I don't think we should just cancel Halloween. I mean, we can easily just pick out the chocolate candy from the fruity candy. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the fruity candy personally, but you know, I mean, I think this person's being a little too extreme, and I honestly think she just wants to cancel Halloween in general. I think she's using that as an excuse.
We're not ever going to cancel Halloween. Thank you for that,
no,
JB.
No,
Thank you.
No.
Clap it up for JB. I love he gave a very well-rounded answer. Mike Graham, what do you think about this tweet if you were scrolling on Twitter?
I mean, I would probably come clean and be honest. It was me. I was the one who mixed the M&Ms and Skittles. Because as a young child, Halloween, tons of fun. As soon as you're not allowed to trick or treat any longer, there is nothing better on Halloween than taking the pleasure of watching a young child take a big handful of M&Ms mixed with Skittles, throw it in their mouth, and watching their disdain. It was me.
I want to clap for that. I want to clap because
Shaggy over
that's
here.
why they call it trick or treat. So instead of a treat, hey, don't do the don't. He gave him a trick. He gave him a trick instead of a treat. Clap it up. Clap it up. That was great analysis, my friend. That was great. Let's go to the next tweet. Awesome. Let's go to the final category of our show. I love it. Nightmares and Daymares. Now, this is where we look at situations in the day, situations in the night, and we analyze them because you never know what can happen. Some crazy stuff be going down in the night and in the day. So let's go to our first nightmare.
Nightmares and Daymares.
That's correct. The first one, falling off the bed. To me, that's a nightmare. Now, Seb or JP, has it ever been where you sleeping real good, and then you start to lean too much, and it feel like you're gonna fall off the bed? Seb, has that ever happened to you?
Sure. I don't know what do you mean by daymare?
So a daymare is something bad that might happen in the day. So like a nightmare is something unpleasant that happens at night. So or in your dream. But for the sake of this show, we're calling it something unpleasant in the day or unpleasant in the night.
I guess in the night, I think it's worse in the night.
Yeah, yeah.
In the morning, you
No.
still gotta get up. It's fine.
You're totally right. So we're calling it a nightmare. So you're sleeping in your bed at night and you almost fall off your bed. What would you do? Like, what, isn't that traumatic? And nobody wants to fall off the bed. Or do you want to fall off the bed?
Maybe I want to fall off.
Maybe you want to fall off the bed. They get it. So why would you want to fall off the bed?
I don't know, man. Like it's like a free chiropractic, you know, when you land on the floor, just like straight.
Deep thinker. JP, nightmare, falling off the bed.
That's a nightmare for sure.
Yeah, because I couldn't imagine you. That'd be.
I'm going to hell.
I'm thinking, if my man JP fell off the bed, we might feel that in Rialto, California.
Oh, yeah.
JP! They can see it from Arkansas. No, I love JP. No, it's it's always been a horrible thing, and mainly when you're younger, I feel it happens more because you just learning how to balance and stuff, and then you get too close to one side, and you feel your whole world, like you'll just magically wake up right before you fall off. But if you actually falling off, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. Would you agree, live studio audience? Nightmare? For sure. Let's go to our daymare now. This is something unpleasant that would happen in the day. Losing your wallet or purse. So in our case, a wallet. No, that's a daymare. That's something horrible.
100%.
Have y'all ever lost your wallet?
A lot of times.
Really?
Yeah, I have a fanny pack now, so I can't lose that.
I once lost my fanny bag. Oh, it's a horrible feeling. Horrible feeling. So can you share with us one of the worst times you lost your wallet? Where were you? What were you doing?
Worst times I lost my wallet. I had like a choir concert that I had to do, and I was running to it, and I was super late, and I lost my wallet right before, but I couldn't search for it. I couldn't cancel anything because I had to be on stage. I had to be on stage for the next like 4 hours. I'm just sitting there, just like someone's taking all my money. That's cool, you know.
That's a great example of a daymare. That's horrible. I couldn't imagine just sitting there knowing that they're going on terrible websites and purchasing things that I would never purchase. I wouldn't. JP?
Yeah,
to say something.
I remember when I lost my wallet.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't have any money in it, so.
No. I had my EBT card, you feel me?
Oh, we can't lose that EBT card.
Man, went to Smart and Finals, stacked up on the good stuff, you know, bison meat, man. Went over to the front. Bison meat. So you don't know about that.
I know, yeah.
But you feel me, went to the line. Dude say, you know, a substantial amount, you feel me? I said, all right, you know. Oh, my food stamp card. The county office closed, you know, closed at 5. So I had to eat an orange and some noodles.
Oh my God, that's the ghetto special right there. That's a struggle meal. That's a struggle meal. Orange and noodles. That's horrible. That's a daymare. I think that's an excellent example of a daymare. You definitely never want to lose your wallet or purse. Yeah. October, worst time of the year. Halloween suck bleep.
Whoa.
Now, I think what this tweeter is tweeting is that October is somewhat of an awkward time. You know, it's fall, it's cool, you're out in the night, it's cold, and you're trying to get some candy knocking on random people's doors. They might do something to you. What do y'all think? Is October the worst time of the year?
No.
Not at all.
Wow. Clap it up. Hey, I like that little line of that. Now, let's start with Josh. Josh, why is October not the worst time of the year? Why is this tweeter wrong?
I mean, you got Halloween, you got playoff baseball, if you're into playoff baseball. I know that's the added bonus. But I mean, Halloween's fun. You can be scared, you can have fun parties, and you know, it's just, I think this person probably has no friends, and that's what it comes down to in the end.
I'm sorry, Nudie Cat, that is the username, hashtag. You've got no friends. Like Graham, is October, you said it's not the worst time of the year.
No.
Why doesn't Halloween suck bleep?
Well, let's go ahead and let's just start from the beginning here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to say, Halloween, it's not that it's not the worst time of year. In fact, it's the opposite. It is the best time of year.
Better
best time
It
of year.
smells better than Christmas.
Yes.
Weather outside.
Yes, because there's nothing from stopping you from dressing up like Santa Claus on Halloween, but you cannot dress like a pumpkin on Christmas.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Now clap that. Wow, he's going. That boy, Ayana, the boy's going deep.
Yeah.
He said you can dress like Santa on Halloween, but you can't be a pumpkin for Christmas.
This is true.
Nobody, you don't even want pumpkin pie. Well, you might want pumpkin pie.
Slow down.
Well, okay, let's
Slow down.
we're gonna do pumpkin pie any time of the year. Anytime. That was Nightmares and Daymares. This is where we look at random scenarios of the night, random scenarios of the day, and we analyze what's going down. Freaky Ricky, you're the man. I love you. Let's go into the first nightmare, or daymare rather.
Nightmares and Daymares.
Thank you very much, live studio audience. Getting rejected from a job you applied for and really wanted. To me, that's a daymare. Because, first of all, no one likes rejection, you know. And two, when you really, you applied. And some of those job applications, man, it's a trip. They are a trip. I mean, you got to fill out all the, it's like a dissertation, man. You're filling out all this crap. I just want money. Why would I tell you why I want to work? I need money. Now, first I'll start with Jules. Have you applied for a job and got rejected? Has that happened?
Yes, in high school.
How'd you take it?
I applied to a Wendy's, and I generally don't know why I got the job.
Well, you got the job.
I don't know why I did it.
It's Wendy's. I don't need a degree.
Yeah.
I'm coming to work.
Exactly.
Max?
I had this really great interview, and I was like, I'm definitely going to get that job. And she calls me, she's like, sorry, you didn't get the job. And I was just kind of like, whatever. And I just went through the rest of my day. Like, yeah, you just got to keep going. Like, it doesn't matter that much.
Clap it up. He said what I wanted to. You got to keep going. Don't let it weigh you down. You got rejected from Wendy's, Jack, Pizza Hut, all their favorite fast food places. Don't let it get you down. Keep going. And clap that up. So I want to go into the next category. Nightmare. Not being able to sleep. That's a nightmare. You're just laying in bed, tossing, turning up, sleep on this side, still can't go. Sleep on that side, still can't. That's a nightmare. Have you guys experienced not being able to sleep?
Especially these past few months.
Yeah.
Being locked inside, just not able to sleep as well. So I just get up and I make a beat. And then once I get tired, then I go to bed.
Genius. Be productive. If you're just gonna lay in bed and sleep, make a beat. Why? If you're gonna lay in bed and sleep, make a beat. You hear the little slam rock? Jules, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm an insomniac. I don't sleep much, especially like at school. I'm just like super busy. Yeah. But I do the same almost. Like I always have like an acoustic guitar near my bed.
Yeah.
So it's ever.
Now, has that awoken your roommates, your parents, or whatever while you're in, and then you?
No, I mean when I lived at home, my parents actually said they liked it because I've like played quietly.
Cool.
My sister's right next to me in the room next door.
And you know what you're doing too when you play, so it sounds good. It's probably melodic and keeps them in a soothing state of sleep. These guys are amazing. Let me see if we got any more categories. Oh wow, we do have one more category, but great analysis. Let's go to the next tweet. Wait, how is Halloween in your neighborhoods? Personally, it used to be bleep banging when I was a kid, and by 2010 everything stopped and no one around me would even hand out candy, and I haven't seen a good amount of trick-or-treaters for years. Clap it up for this tweet. Yes, that's what we wanted to hear. Because when you look at it, I would almost agree with this tweet. I remember back when we were growing up, Halloween was bumping.
Yeah.
You were able to see kids running down, knocking on doors, candy smacking. But now I feel with the advent of social media, most people are trick-or-treating on their phones and gliding DMs. And, either getting a trick or a treat.
They're hoping they get a treat, Glide those DMs.
Dirty dog. Josh, what would you say? How is Halloween in your neighborhood based on how it was maybe 10 years back, 15 years back?
So it is actually a good point. The neighborhood I grew up in, it used to be really bumping when I was like a kid and everyone would go out, but as all the kids in the neighborhood got older, no new families moved in, so now it's pretty quiet. My parents buy candy and it's just a waste now. And so I guess it depends on the neighborhood if kids keep on moving in and all. But I think you have to find a way to make it exciting also for the adults. Like last year, I went trick-or-treating.
Whoa!
And this guy comes up in like a little mini truck thing, is handing out beer bottles to all the adults, taking their kids out. And I was like, oh, I get a treat at this age.
That's a different kind of treat.
Yeah.
Definitely. Expecting Skittles get beer. Mike Graham, how's the Halloween in your neighborhood?
Neighborhood, Halloween. In the neighborhood I grew up in, absolutely. There used to be kids running up and down. There was it was an excitement. There was an energy in the air on Halloween.
Yeah.
As I grew up, I didn't notice that nearly as much. But at the same time, you can't just stop Halloween and stop trick-or-treating. So systematically, my friends and I would figure out how can we get to the rich area of town where they're giving out the king-size bars. And those neighborhoods would be bumping.
Yes.
I don't think it's that people don't want Halloween anymore. I think it's that they're starting to realize and get smart about it. There's nothing fun about a fun-sized Snickers bar.
Clap that up.
There's nothing fun
about fun size.
So
in any regard.
if you can take your kids and put them in the nice area of town where they're giving out the king size.
The king size.
Then we're on.
Halloween's becoming gentrified now. Like it's
Ooh, gentrified Halloween.
The poor neighborhoods are no longer Halloween.
I wouldn't say that that's the case because those neighborhoods are spooky year-round.
Oh, jeez. Oh, all right, let's go to the next. Is Pharrell a vampire? Now, we've got a picture shown here from 2013, 2003, 1990. We went so far as 1492. That was when Pharrell obviously was, and he's still like 40-something there. How does this man not age?
I think he's a stud.
I think he's a stud.
Because they look, it's like the Benjamin Button syndrome.
Got it.
But he, I mean, get the younger you look.
Got it.
That's what it
Okay.
is.
So he does look kind of old in that 1492 photo.
Yeah.
But could that be due to the camera that was used in 1492?
No.
Kenny, what do you think? Is Pharrell a vampire?
No, you heard the term black don't crack, but Pharrell really does not age. Like
He doesn't. And that, I mean, that's Pharrell. Well, okay, let's talk about this. Yeah. What? Oh, that's a good question too. Now, real quick, what do you think makes black not crack? Because that is something I've heard for many years, and I want to get you guys.
Crack. Crack. Never seen a crackhead die.
Hey,
When have you ever been to a
still been
crackhead?
alive. Okay?
You never been to a crackhead's funeral. Like, crackheads outlive everybody.
I'm upset that he's right about that.
Like, I never heard never heard nobody say, "Yeah, it's really fine, so wait for smoking crack." You never heard that. Crackheads don't die. Grandmas and grandparents and parents die. Crackheads never die.
I want to make that a hashtag, please. Would you? Crackheads never die.
They never die.
Because you want to become a crackhead. I get Pharrell's on crack. He ain't a vampire.
Crack is like the antidote for coronavirus.
I do not endorse crack. I keep doing that. Look at what Pookie has done to us as a society. Look at what Samuel
I'm
Jackson.
just saying, I never met a crackhead that died.
I got to agree with the man too. Pookie would have still been alive if he hadn't have done G Money and Nino.
He shouldn't have got
Stay up, crack. All right. We're gonna. Oh my goodness, Eddie! Can we clap it up for Eddie and Kenny? Man, they're keeping me going. Okay, they're keeping me flowing. We're actually going to get into a heated debate. That was a good segue as the moderator of one of the most recent debates said. That was a good segue to our heated debate. Let's go to. These guys are great. Hey, I love these guys. I really do. Mike Myers from the Halloween series versus Jason. Now, what we do, I shouldn't have gave you the prompt yet, because the heated debate, you get to pick one side, and the other guest will choose the opposite side. Now, if you both are just set on one, I can debate you and destroy your argument. Just kidding. So, let's see. Josh, I'm going to give you the option. Who do you want to choose, Mike Myers or Jason?
Jason Voorhees, 100%.
Mike,
Jason
are you
Voorhees.
okay with choosing Mike Myers, or do you feel Jason? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to give it up to JB first. JB, why did you choose Jason?
So I'm a big fan of horror films, and one thing I look down is creative kills, and Jason definitely, out of Jason versus Mike Myers, has the most creative kills. He has more films, I believe, and just has survived way worse attempted killings.
Didn't that brother go to space?
He went to space in Jason
That
X.
boy went to. Okay, now I'm not going to help. I'm just here to moderate.
Jason X.
Mike Graham, why is Mike Myers?
Michael Myers would win because he's an absolute madman who is seemingly unstoppable. If you go through and you watch the actual Halloween series, at the end of the first Halloween, he gets shot multiple times, falls out of this top-story window, and then when they go to discover the body, he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Not only that, he's been lit on fire, he's been shot multiple times, he's broken out of mental institutions, and yet he still doesn't stop that slow march to murder.
There was the Halloween series and the Friday the 13th series, correct? Mike Myers was, sorry, Michael Myers, not to be confused with other Michael Myers.
Oh yeah,
Mike Myers. But he was actually not in one of the Halloween films. Halloween Year of the Witch, I believe it's called. They just took Michael Myers out of it. So that kind of shows how strong he is. Like, he wasn't even included in his own film franchise. In every single Friday the 13th movie, Jason has been in it.
When was the first time that you actually see Jason in Friday the 13th, other than
Friday the 13th Part 2, I believe. Friday the 13th, spoiler. Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
Spoiler, Friday the 13th Part 1, it's not Jason.
correct?
Yes.
So how are you going to sit there and you're going to sit there and say that Jason?
Because it still involves Jason.
Jason is
It
gonna
still
be
involves
all
Jason.
of
It still involves.
these two
It still
Let's get
involves
heated,
Jason.
guys.
Not even
It still involves
video
Jason.
of the franchise. I cede my time.
Okay, that was actually one of the best heated debates we've ever had in our 80-year history on the last talk show. What I want, now we're going to switch up to how the heated debates are ruled, because these young men deserve something. Whoever wins deserves a gift. So in the description of this video, there's going to be a link where you can go and vote who you felt won that heated debate. I'm going to give them time for closing statements. This is a special. So you have a few seconds for a closing statement to solidify your argument, because I feel they both gave great arguments. Mike, what is your closing statement for why Mike Myers is the best?
You know what? I don't even think I have to go and talk about Michael Myers here. We already know what he's done. We can talk about the nonsense that is Jason Voorhees himself. Look, Jason has already been through a handful of movies. He's already been in space. You know, his story is already written. Michael Myers is not only a murderous madman, but still his future is yet to be told.
Give the brother a chance.
What kind of murders is he going to be coming up with in the future?
I mean, technically speaking, yeah, he's been into space and all, but Michael Myers, they got so confused with that series that now the new ones that are recently coming out, they're like, oh, we're going to forget about like 3 through 6, whatever. We're just going to continue from 1 and 2. So it kind of shows his weakness there. I mean, saying that they have to redo the whole thing. At least with Jason, he had one complete story. Now they're trying to remake the Jason films.
No.
But, you know, but honestly, Jason faced Freddy and won. Who did Michael Myers face? Jamie Lee Curtis? Oh, wow. Big deal.
Clap it up. Great heated debate. Let's end it there. That was solid as a rock. Hit the link in the description. I want you to vote, because whoever wins is going to get a nice little prize. Let's go to the next category. That was wonderful. The next category of the show is what would you, live studio audience? Tinder is a scary place. Now, both I'm laughing with the guy. T-Loss, can we start with you? Do you agree? Is Tinder a scary place?
It's scary to have such a beautiful profile and get no bad, you know, like, I try, I really do. I only have 21 matches, I think.
Hey, that's better than 0. I'm at 0. I'm sorry, man. I think they see the hair in the suit and they're just like, nah.
No, I would hit.
Thank you. Clap it up for T-Laws. I love this man. So has Tinder been scary for you personally?
Well, yeah, you know what? I'll give him that. It can be scary because I am terrible at texting. Like, what the do you say? Like, I think that's what the weather. You trying to smash?
No, I agree.
Hey, Mikaitis, what you got?
I agree with what he said though about talking through text. It just kind of like, I don't know, most people don't pick up on that, and it's hard to like gauge who the person really is and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I don't Twitter. Tinder.
Clap it up for both of them, because they're totally right, and it's so challenging communicating via text. A lot of the times the messages can get lost in translation. Sometimes you don't know how to interpret a text. You don't know what the theme is. So if the honey just hits you up, a lot of people argue hey with 1 Y or hey versus 2 Ys. That's 2 totally different. That's what some people would argue. Now, Tilo, you should. You guys think it's true? What is the hey with 1 Y mean?
Hey.
What is the 2 Ys?
Hey.
It is, hey, I'm with it. It has a different connotation, it has a different feel. Now what about, now this one, definitely, okay in all caps versus okay all lowercase.
I don't like when people speak in all caps.
Yeah,
You're yelling at me.
What do you think, T-Loss? All caps?
I mean, I'm not against it. Like, if it's just like their style of texting, that's fine. But what I don't like is when they do every word capitalized. Like the first letter. Yeah.
I would argue that proper English grammar is best when texting. You know, just hey, comma, apostrophe. You know, how are you? Question mark. You know, just keep it as formal as possible. What do y'all think? Or is texting?
I mean, that's the best way to keep things from getting confused and people don't
Exactly. Yeah. T-Laws, what do you think? Is it best is texting used? Was that the reason it was created, to use it in a slang manner, or should we use it properly?
I don't think you need to use it properly. Like, of course, in a professional setting, then sure. But like, you know, when you're texting your friend, when you guys like really understand each other, when you don't need all of that proper grammar, then go ahead. You know.
For these guys. These guys are analyzing the culture in a beautiful way, and I greatly appreciate it.
This next category, nightmares and daymares.
Man, they be the worst.
Man, both are equally awful and horrific, and we're going to discuss certain scenarios where we go through the rough in the day and the rough in the night. Let's do our first one. My daymare is stupid job interview questions. One being, why should we hire you over other candidates? Anytime I'm asked that, it's a daymare.
Why?
It drives me crazy. How in the world am I supposed to know why you should hire somebody else?
Because I'm the people.
Did you show me their resume?
Because I'm the people.
No, you didn't. If so, then I'd be able to say, why'd you hire me over other candidates?
Let me tell you about it.
Tell me about it.
That's what I be telling them. Like, basically, they tell you, like, sell me why you deserve the job. You feel me? So I'm gonna show them how much they like me. You feel me? So you don't see me smiling a lot.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Mike, what are your thoughts? I like what Walter.
I mean, like, it's just, I think all those stupid interview questions are stupid because it's just like, I mean, honestly, I just want to say, like, yo, just give me the job because I need the money. But it's just all like, I mean, I'll just. And I'll do what you ask, but it's like, why do you think you should get the job over this person? It's like, I have no idea. I don't want to.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because I like what Walter said.
Y'all better go get that job.
I like what Walter said, but see, he lays down the law. He tells everybody, this is why you should hire me. And another person's going to be like, but I have a degree from Stanford.
A mouthpiece can out-talk that. What you mean?
He pressing an issue. Pressing an issue. And for that, I'm getting kind of scared. Let's go to our nightmare number one. Your partner in bed is snoring way too loud. That's a nightmare. Wouldn't y'all agree? You can't even sleep peacefully at night because your partner just.
Hey, that do be annoying.
That's
annoying.
I don't know. Now, I'm a kid. Who can honestly say they like somebody snoring?
Nobody, but you feel me? Like, if you love them enough, you gonna put up with it.
Hey, I didn't say
you gonna do what you gotta do. Like, put your PS4 headphones on. You feel me?
PS4 headphones.
You're gonna look past like we were just discussing love is
Throw your
blind.
AirPods in and call it a night. You feel me?
Mike, what do you think?
Oh, I think snoring is like, I mean, like nightmares are something far worse, but snoring can induce nightmares. So it's like snoring is all in all pretty bad. Like it's just
it's a nightmare when you're in the night trying to sleep.
Especially the way certain people snore. It's not even just like it's sometimes like like.
He got a little too specific. But he right though. Let's get to our next category.
What do you do? What would you do? This is where you put yourself in the shoes of a situation, and you have to determine, hey, what would I do in this situation? Our viewers are big fans. Submit these what would you do's, and they love when you analyze and decide what would you do. Let's go to the first scenario. You are trick-or-treating and have accumulated 23 pounds of candy. Some bad kids, ages 7 through 10, jump you and steal your candy. What would you do? A, tell the kids' parents and get your candy back. B, go to Rite Aid and buy new candy. C, in self-defense, pepper spray the kids. D, cry. Out of those four options, let's start with Mike. He's got a smile. A, B, C, and D. What are you going to do, Mike?
So, I don't know if this is breaking the rules here, but I'm going to go with E.
Oh boy.
In fact, so I'm thinking about this scenario. If I'm out trick-or-treating, I'm going to have my lady with me who is dressed and looking very nice. Candy gets stolen. I'm just going to remind her that the candy is not really the reason we're here and then continue making out.
Did you hear what that young man said? Eat a treat. Oh my God. I'll give him that E. I'm going to give him that E. JB, A through D, unless you want to come up with a random E for your lovely bride. JB.
Very interesting.
Hey, very interesting.
I'm gonna go with B and C, and so for C, I'm gonna pepper spray the kids. Add on to that, pepper spray the parents for raising kids like that.
Oh, I like that.
And then B, go to Rite Aid, buy myself some new candy, eat half that candy, and then feel bad and give it to the kids that stole my candy, but gonna put like little blades in there, so you know they learn their lesson.
So he combined A, B, C, and D. That's never been done before on the one. Wow. So he said he go a little
You
pepper
don't take
spray.
my candy, especially my Kit Kat bars.
Don't
want to do that.
Oh, give me a piece of that.
Don't want to do that.
I think that was good. They clearly answered. Gosh, Jay, you actually combined A, B, C, and D somehow. And Mike Graham just went totally off the rails and said, "You are the treat."
Yes.
With the trick or treat. Let's go to the next scenario. You are bitten by a werewolf. You turn into a werewolf when the moon shines bright. What would you do? Quick plug to the Is What podcast, led by the one and only handsome devil Mike Graham. Clap it up for the Is What podcast. Hello, live studio audience, I need you. He did an excellent job of breaking down werewolves, the mythology behind it, how they apply in current culture. So clap it up for Mike Graham one more time. Is What? I'll put a little shift in there, clap it up. But anyway, at any rate, JB, let's start with you. If you were bitten by a werewolf, you turn into a werewolf when the moon shines bright, what would you do?
I would probably free all the dogs from
Free
the
all my
shelter.
dogs from the jails. Do it well. You're supposed to get the feet, man. He said he's going to free all of his dogs.
Free all the dogs and, start my own wolf pack and terrorize the night.
Wow. Hey, that will work for me. Mike Graham,
Yeah.
bitten by a werewolf, moon shines bright, what are you doing?
Yes. So when a man steps into the light of the full moon, and he turns into something that is not quite man but not quite beast, I think initially what I would do is I would look at those around me and I would evaluate all of their skills. And then I would systematically turn them all into werewolves, have our own coven of wolves, and go kill the vamps.
Oh,
Yes.
he got his own little Twilight thing going on. Now, in the meantime, are you going to find your, what's the girl's name?
Bella Thorne? Swan? Bella Swan.
Bella Swan?
Bella Swan.
Are you going to get your own Bella Swan in the process?
Since I don't already have her.
Oh, this man is getting a lot of treats this Halloween season. Yikes, man. Look at the beard alone. You're going to know the dealio. Let's go to the next category of our show, Nightmares and Daymares. Now, one of our dear guests last season didn't know what a daymare was, so I want to break that down. A daymare, for the purposes of the last talk show, is something tragic that happens in the day, something unpleasant. And a nightmare is something unpleasant that happens in the evening time, nighttime. So let's dive right in. We're going to analyze these. Freddy Krueger is in your dream.
Okay.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
That is a nightmare. What would you do if Freddy Krueger was in your dream, JB?
Oh, easy. His weakness is fire, as we've learned in many of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. So I would dream up of a flamethrower and burn him to a crisp.
Interesting.
I love it. Hey, that's straightforward. Mike Graham.
I think if Freddy Krueger was in my dream, I would try to befriend him and find out how he got his powers. So then I would be the one to take up the mantle of the terrorizer of dreams.
That's pretty good.
Have you seen the Nightmare on Elm Street films?
Yeah, he's not the friendliest.
He's not, like, even when before he became Freddy, he was not a good dude.
There's a
like,
first time for
look it up.
everything.
So do you think
Look
you
it up. Look it
have?
up.
Do you have the ability to make? Because of course, when he's coming out, he's ready to hit you. He's not really coming up like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's not like Pennywise.
Yeah.
First offer you a balloon, then
Right.
eat your arm off.
Yeah.
So do you think you would have the opportunity to reason with a burnt old dude
I do.
that killing kids?
I do, most certainly. Yeah. Yeah.
If he's that confident in Freddie K, I ain't gonna judge, man.
Yeah.
And Freddie, I do want to say you are a burn victim. So in 2020, leading into 2020, we have to respect. We love you, Freddie. Keep killing those kids. Let's go to the next one. I don't want to. And this is now relating back to our boy Mike Myers. This is a daymare because the brother was stalking young kids from high school. What is up with these weirdo old men stalking kids in school? Michael Myers is following you during the day. That's a daymare. That is a daymare. So y'all are walking down the street. You got some random dude in a body auto shop suit, random William Shatner face painted. How are you going to react? Let's start with Mike. Mike, how are you going to react?
Well, I'm going to be like, hey, why are you following me? And if he doesn't answer and just continues to follow with a knife in his hand, a machete, if you will, I'm just going to get in the car and drive away.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing.
He walks. He just walks. He doesn't run.
So JB, would you do something similar?
How definitely just drive away and, he just walks. So, I mean, that's really about it. Yeah.
Let's ask that question real quick. I think it bears a question. Why doesn't the brother run? Do you think because of course he has some mental challenges. Hey, I'm not trying to get canceled here. We respect everyone on the show. Do you think that something's going wrong where he can't like Why doesn't he
I
run?
think he believes in the philosophy that you should walk through life and not run. Enjoy every little moment.
Who said that? Was that Bernie Sanders? Was that Bernie Sanders that said that?
Maybe.
Maybe. Mike, why do you think the brother never runs? Why not?
I think he understands that committing murder is a marathon, not a sprint.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
He needs to
pace himself.
Exactly. He needs to make sure that he's retaining his energy, because if he sprints towards these kids, sometimes you're going to be out of energy when you're trying to hack off limbs and remove heads. Wow, that's deep. So he's trying to save
for
the
these
energy
guys.
for
They're
the
going so deep. That's analysis. That's straight up analysis of the culture, and I love it. Let's go to the next category of our show. This is a special. So did you notice you got more than 3 categories? Wow. Clap it up for Mike Graham and JP on the Last Talk Show. You're getting more bang for your buck. Let's go to the first. So real quick, I wonder is where we look at random things of life and we just wonder. We have questions to ask and they need to be answered. What better show to answer them on except on the Last Talk Show? So let's go to the first. I wonder, are vampires real?
Yes.
Straight up, yes.
Yes.
How do you know this, Mike Graham?
I don't think vampires are real necessarily in the form that we think of, but we do know that Vlad Dracul was a real individual who's very much the basis for Dracula. He was known to be an absolute madman who would drink the blood of his victims.
He was the Vlad the Impaler, right?
Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Dracul. So he would sit there and he would impale his victims so they would still bleed out, fill his chalice with their blood, sit and enjoy his feast while watching them perish away and then drink. So vampires are real.
I hate that he's explaining this in
Vampires
detail.
are real. Are they superhuman and supernatural? Probably not.
By definition of vampire, are we basing it off of the typical man turns into bat, or like you said, is it just straight up a cannibal, JB?
Ooh, the cannibal, that's interesting.
Because you know, like you said, drinking blood, that's more cannibalistic.
Yeah.
So is a vampire, do they have to turn into a bat? What's the basis of vampire?
I don't think they have to turn into a bat. I don't know, I think someone just sucks the life out of you. So it could be a boring person. It could be someone...
A time vampire.
Yeah, a time vampire.
So even if they're not sucking your blood, they're sucking something.
They're sucking the life out of you.
Hey, watch your face, James. I didn't. Yeah, let's go to the next wonder. Can witches really cast spells? I wonder. Mike, wow, you're shaking your head. So witches, you believe witches are casting spells?
I do. Have you ever walked into a room and been just completely breathtaking and transfixed on someone that is more beautiful than anyone you've ever seen? Maybe she cast a spell on you.
Oh.
Can we confirm that she's not a witch?
Would we go that far to call her a witch, though?
If she breaks your heart and leaves you like Courtney Del Pozo left me, it's impossible.
Courtney Del Pozo!
He said it, I didn't. Courtney, you shouldn't have did that to him. You should not have done that to him.
Unbelievable.
JB, can witches really cast spells?
I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to say. I know there's something out there that women say that, not women, sorry.
2020 politically correct.
There's some people that's like, I'm a witch, but it's because I can do tarot cards and do that sort of thing. So they consider themselves like witches, but they're not like, I'm not like, I'll get you my pretty, like not that sort of bad thing, you know?
So you're thinking the definition of witch might have changed over the years, because of course we're going Salem witch trials. I think it was my pretty, get Toto and do some terrible stuff.
If you have a group of them, you walk into the room and you're kind of thinking like, okay, well, which witch is which? Am I right?
Let's go to the next category. That was pretty good, though. That was pretty good. That was the last category of the show. What I need you to do is give a huge clap it up to Mike Graham and JB. Would you clap it up for them? I said clap. Okay, they did an excellent job analyzing the culture for the one and only Halloween episode of this year. Before we end out the joke, I always love to end out the show with a joke, but I'm going to offer Mike Graham or JP. Both of them are very funny young men. I want to see if either of them have a joke. Mike, do you have a joke?
Not really a joke, but I just want to say that it was an absolute pleasure to be here. It was much better than my last time I was on a TV show.
How was that experience?
It was scary to catch a predator. It was...
Oh, right. That explains the vampire sucking the blood. Security.
Like, you're much nicer than Chris Hansen.
Lord forgive him. JB.
I'm not guilty.
Not guilty. Oh boy.
Let's go to our next category. Nightmares and Daymares. Nightmares and Daymares. This is where we're discussing terrible things that happen in the night, terrible things that happen in the day. Let's hop right into it. I think you guys will get it. I want you guys to actually pitch in on this one. Nightmare number one. Your worst nightmare. Even if you can't remember the number one top worst one, give me one of your worst nightmares. I can begin. I was in Chinatown and I was kidnapped. I'm pulled from my mother's arms, not to be offensive, but it was. It was terrible. Look, you're a child and you're being taken from the arms of your mother. Go with me. What do you guys think of your worst nightmare?
That was my worst nightmare. What you just did, that was terrible.
Anything? Wally?
My worst nightmare, you feel me? Like everybody that was close to me like passed away, and I was like by myself. Like I just do a lot by myself.
That's deep. That really was not what I was going for. No, you're right. Hey, that's a terrible
How you gonna
thing.
explain from a nightmare? Like what? That's sorry. Anyways, go ahead.
Jay.
What am I supposed to follow that?
You know what? No. Daymare, number one. Shat your pants.
Never. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
But imagine your love for her was like diarrhea. You couldn't. You said that would work.
Never.
So.
I wouldn't say I'll pull it off. No, you gotta commit yourself.
Now this isn't. Did you actually do it? If you did, so happen to shat your pants.
You just gotta deal with it. You just gotta handle it. You gotta go somewhere private, find a bathroom, clean yourself up, act as if it never happened. Move on with your life.
Wally?
Go buy some new clothes.
So Wally?
But yeah, you gotta start off with that.
No, just go straight into the store.
You gotta clean it up and then go explain your shit.
It's dead. Would you plug it out?
Plug it out.
Now we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, shat pants, terrible scenario. We're gonna go to our last category.
Category of the show. This is a heated debate. Now it's just me and you. So what we're gonna do is you gonna choose a side, and I'm gonna choose a side. And we're gonna do our best to debate. Now if you win, there's a community tab on our YouTube page. The fans are gonna vote. If they feel you tore it up, you're gonna get hooked up. But if I win, give me a new pair of shoes for S5. So, I mean, I just want to see what's going to happen.
Them shoes are popping, man.
Thank you.
With
Thank
the
you.
socks.
You always hooking a brother up. Let's go to the debate category. Ronald McDonald versus Pennywise.
Ronald McDonald.
So, of course, I was going to let you choose. You're going with Ronald McDonald.
Right.
Over Pennywise.
Right.
The dancing clown.
Right.
Tell me why. I'll go with Pennywise.
I feel like Ronald McDonald's been around longer, no?
Ronald McDonald has been killing children for decades. Okay, you didn't have to go that far.
Killing?
But it's true. This man has been serving 5-year-olds Big Macs. No
Okay.
5-year-old need no Big
No, it's
Mac.
their parents that allow them to eat
But
that.
still, Ronald is the face that's, hi, everybody, get
So?
your Big Mac.
It's marketing.
It depends how you market.
It's
Just
marketing.
like you are strategic with how you market your legendary music and your art. You don't just go out there. You could OnlyFans and I'm playing my music in the back. No, you don't do that. Oh, did I get hurt? Oh.
I don't do OnlyFans.
I know you don't.
Listen, I have a 7-year-old daughter. She eats McDonald's every now and again.
Okay.
I am the one who controls what she eats. It's not Ronald McDonald's fault.
I'm going to clap it up for that.
And the fries are bomb.
Wait, now I'm not dissing McDonald's food. I'm dissing the man. You know I'm not going to diss them fries.
There's nothing
Me
wrong.
and you,
It's
we could tear up.
smart marketing.
So far, you didn't say nothing about Pennywise.
Okay, let me get on my boy Pennywise. Look, this man Pennywise is able to take little chillin' in the gutter. Bite their arms off, but first give him a balloon. He's able to take little chillin'. I mean, that's not the easy. I mean, I know Candy in the Van. You could a lot of creepy old white men do it, but Pennywise is strategic. He gonna take you to the gutter, and he can dance. The boy can dance. If you gonna diss him for anything, at least you got to acknowledge the man can dance. Ronald McDonald? They don't call him Ronald McDonald the dancing clown. He calls him the kill little 5-year-olds with Big Mac clown.
Do they really? I've never heard that.
Well, you just heard it today.
You just made that up.
I did make it up.
I know.
But I'm trying to win this heated debate.
No.
No. So Pennywise be dancing. Does Ronald McDonald be dancing?
No.
No.
That doesn't make you amazing.
You got movies and a phone
That,
Yeah, he has a movie.
see? He got it and it too. Oh.
Ronald does too.
He has movies.
Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't know you was on her
Yes,
side.
but,
Wow, so now I'm just getting... Wait, Ronald McDonald has a movie? Wait, what movie does Ronald McDonald have?
I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good. Wait. He has a movie?
I don't know.
He does.
Pennywise.
See, I win.
No. Pennywise has It 1 and 2. He's got toys. He had the little haunted house thing in LA on Hollywood Boulevard about 2 years ago.
And when's the last time we've seen him?
Pennywise, that boy was dancing all over.
Where?
They're gonna probably make
Today?
It 3. His book.
When?
Okay, go to the community tab and vote. She better be glad. I love her. I'd be crying right now.
Ronald McDonald be on every corner.
Go to the community tab and vote. Ronald McDonald is a murderer. And see, okay, I'm gonna hit you with this. No. This is how I'm gonna hit you. Ronald McDonald. See, at least Pennywise is open about him wanting to murder people. Ronald, there's nothing worse than somebody that lie in your face. Here's this good Big Mac, but you really gonna kill him.
That's not true.
With diabetes.
That's a lie.
And high blood pressure and
That's not
cholesterol. Let me go to the next
They got
category
salads.
before I start swinging on people.